Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. It's Mashup Monday. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. It's Monday night. Thank God no big set of hurricane hit Trinidad or storm hit Trinidad. Thank God for that. Some of the places in Trinidad have been flooded out, yes. But thank God it's nothing major. No big set of damages. So viewers, remember, at Real Talk, we are offering you 4% on a fixed deposit. Remember that it is the highest interest rate that is being paid in Trinidad and Tobago presently. You can't beat that anywhere else. No other financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago is beating that. So remember, viewers, if you want to be a member of the Real Talk Credit Union information, all you have to do, viewers, is call these numbers that will be on screen, set up an appointment, come down to our office at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shoguners, and we would love to do business with you. So viewers, the numbers are on screen: 339-1670, 242-7690, 238-6716, and 267-7325. There are 4 contact numbers, viewers. And any one of these numbers you can call and you will get us. There is somebody waiting to have a discussion with you at Real Talk Credit Union information. So remember that we also paying 4% on our fixed deposit. And you know, I always like to tell people the difference with different financial complexes in Trinidad and Tobago. So where would you get 4% on a fixed deposit? Now, to start with, a fixed deposit, it is money that you have that you do not have intention of using. And you want to put it on a savings to get a higher return. Now, There is no other financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is going to give you 4% on a fixed deposit. There is no other financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that at the end of 5 years, you can gain $20,000 on $100,000. Nowhere in Trinidad you're going to get that except Real Talk. You do the maths, you do the checking, you do the marketing, and you would see. We are on top of our games. Like I said, I didn't come to follow. I come to lead. That is what I am here to do. So now, viewers, remember we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube. Share our link on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Share our link on YouTube, it's City Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. So as we start off our program tonight, viewers, it's Mashup Monday. 2386716 is the phone line to call in, viewers, if you want to interact with us live on our program. And remember, there's a rerun the next day from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So as we start off tonight, the Central Statistical Office has stated that last month food price went down slightly. But as some food price went down, others went up. The inflation rate was 7.7%, down slightly from 8%. The last time it was recorded earlier this year, but still up significantly from last year when it stood at 4.1%. According to the CSO, the index for food and non-alcohol beverages decreased by 1.25%. It stated that decrease was in part due to low price of pumpkin, tomatoes, cabbage, and other vegetables, as well as parboiled rice. The CSO added that although the full impact of these prices decreased, it was offset by the general increase in the price of beef or frozen pork and fruits and vegetables. So viewers, while it went down one place, it went up another place. While some items went down, some items went up. Now it's something we can't do anything about. We can't do anything about that. Because I will tell you something. You all feel food expensive right now? Wait for when you hear your electricity bill goes up. Wait until WASA follows. And then you will see an increase in every single items that are being sold in Trinidad and Tobago. Have a little patience. Save your money. Penny by penny. Dollar by dollar. Because in the coming weeks, when electricity rate goes up and WASA rates follow, then you all will understand what Saieed Ali is talking about. You won't understand it now, you know. You wouldn't. You would not. Like I say, when electricity goes up, every frozen stuff or every refrigerated stuff in the grocery will go up. Price will be increased. If there's vegetable in the groceries, price will increase. If there's frozen, the meat department in the groceries, price will increase. And then now when price increase there's going to be an increase in transport. There is going to be an increase in transport. Remember when I said to you all, the only thing that is left next for price to increase was gas? When I told you that Imbert come out the next day and say, you know what, we're not going to raise no gas price. You remember that? Well, let me tell you something. Don't buy that story. Don't buy that story. Because it's going to cost the gas stations more on electricity. I want you to understand this. It will cost, you see just how it will cost the groceries more for refrigerated stuff. Just so it's going to cost the gas station. The gas station now, remember some gas station runs a 24-hour basis. When they run 24-hour basis, and let's just say they're paying $10,000. Let's just say they are paying $10,000 for every 2 months. And electricity increased by 64 to 68% on that 10,000. Don't you think the gas station owners or those who rent gas station in Trinidad and Tobago from Unipet or NP, don't you think that they're going to start complaining? All you do the maths. Those of you who bought electric cars and you're charging it in your home, your bill will go up. So Trinidad and Tobago, even though you may not see an increase yet, it is coming. Tiantec price increase is going to be like gas increase in Trinidad and Tobago. Everything will go because everything uses electricity. Everything you could think about. We have electric cars, electric toys, your phone uses current, your TV uses current, everything around you uses current, electricity. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. MP for Pointe-à-Pied, David Lee, has called on Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali to reduce the price of gasoline at the pump, in line with Dr. Rowley's promise due to the last budget debate to pass on reductions in the price paid on imported or refined fuel. Lee stated that the high cost of fuel continue to rip through people's income and prevent persons from meeting day-to-day expense. Now I want you to understand something. Remember, the gas price only raised in Trinidad. Barbados reduced their price, and Guyana, right up the Caribbean there, they reduced their price. Only the foolish cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago took the decision to increase their price. And I believe Guyana again reduced their price. Again for the second time. Imagine that, eh? They're bracing for the war with Ukraine and Russia. While TNT bracing, Guyana reducing, Barbados reducing. Lee called on the PM to say why he has not lived up to his promise of reducing the price of fuel when the oil price fell. Listen to this.
The high cost of fuel continues to rip through people's income and preventing many from meeting day-to-day expenses. Today we want the Prime Minister to say why he has not lived up to his promise of reducing the price of fuel when the oil price fell.
Now viewers, on the 4th of October 2022, the PM stated that persons may pay less at the gas station as he outlined projected decrease in the cost of different types of fuel if there are consequence decrease in the price of fuel on the global market. He added that the government would post the local price of fuel based on the average price of oil on a monthly basis. The PM said that if the average price was US 85, premium will drop to $6.92 and super to $6.66. If it drops to US $80, premium drops to $6.28, super drops to $6.05, and if it drops to $75, premiums will drop to $5.68 and super will drop to $5.43. All listen to this.
What we anticipate is going to happen is that every month the government will post at the fuel subsidy, at the fuel use place, a price of the based on the average price of oil during the previous month, during that month. So at the end of the month, the government will look and see what was the average price of fuel during the month, and we'll post that for the month ahead. And then we'll do the same thing, average price, when the month ahead comes, end of the month, you look at the average price. So if that average price was $85, premium will drop to $6.92, super to $6.66, but diesel will stay at $4.41 because we are keeping diesel with its 50 cents increase. If it drops to $80, premium drops to $6.28, super to $6.05, and if it drops to $75, premium will drop to $5.68, and super will drop to $5.43. So super, between 87 and 75, the price will drop from $6.97 to $5.43. And Madam Speaker, I guarantee you, if the price falls as we anticipate it could, and these adjustments are made downward, you will hear nothing of the downward movement from our friends on the other side.
Now Trinidad and Tobago. The PM said that if the average price was 85 US, it will drop. He then again said if the price drops from 85 US to 80 US, premium will drop. And he also said again that if the price drops to 75 US, we talk about per barrel, and then the price will drop again. However, in the past few weeks, the price of oil has dropped below 80 US dollar. And we have seen no change to the price of gas at the pumps. Listen to this.
We have been seeing over the last few months price of oil under $80 a barrel, but we have seen no correction at our gas station at the prices that we pay on a daily rate. So in the past few months, the price has dropped below $80, and we have seen no change at the pump. The Prime Minister also promised to post the average price of fuel each month in his budget debate. You were there. So he said, and I quote, at the end of the month, the government will look to see what was the average price of fuel during the month, and we'll post that for the month ahead, and then we'll do the same thing. So we are still waiting. So these are just promises by this government for the last 7 years. And we as a population, some of the business people, fall for that rhetoric.
So Trinidad and Tobago, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, our phone lines are open, 2386716. Let's have a discussion after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
So Trinidad and Tobago, as of today, the current price of crude oil is US 77.66 dollars per barrel. Where is the restructure in the price? Oh, Saieed, you're bashing the government. Don't do that. Really? Your Prime Minister stood up on a platform. Director, run back that video. Let me just get the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago in a proper gear tonight. Or let's listen to this.
What we anticipate is going to happen is that every month the government will post at the fuel subsidy, at the fuel's use place, a price of the based on the average price of oil during the previous month, during that month. So at the end of the month, the government will look and see what was the average price of fuel during the month, and we'll post that for the month ahead. And then we'll do the same thing, average price, when the month ahead comes, end of the month, you look at the average price. So if that average price was $85, premium will drop to $6.92, super to $6.66, but diesel will stay at $4.41 because we are keeping diesel with its 50 cents increase. If it drops to $80, premium drops to $6.28, super to $6.05, and if it drops to $75, premium will drop to $5.68, and super will drop to $5.43.
You are all hearing that? All hear that? Where is the change at the pump? Saieed, you're bashing the government. Really? I'm bashing the government so you would have to pay less at the pump. For all the smart one and the one who is not so brilliant is all you are fighting for. Again, is all you are fighting for. You think I'm fighting for Grenada? You think I'm fighting for Venezuela? No. I'm fighting for Trinidadians and Tobagonians. These are the people who I am fighting for. But you're bashing and you're bashing Saieed, you always bashing Rowley. You could do it. Could you get up and open your mouth? Could you voice an opinion? But Saieed, you're bashing. Call a good night.
Good night, Saieed. Under this PNM government, there is a rule. They defy the laws of gravity, sir. Whatever goes up under this Rowley government will never come down. That is a general rule. So, you know, I hear this Honorable Prime Minister talking about good governance to let THA call election, go to the polls. Look at what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. Look at what is happening under this Rowley government, sir. It is more sickening and advisable to call election in Trinidad and Tobago, so not in Tobago. In Trinidad and Tobago, we need election because everything is haywire. And you know this man, you know when the shoe is on the other side, so you remember in the opposition, when he was opposition, when he said if a government cannot solve crime, then it is possible that they are part of the crime. But that statement is so true, sir. That is so true. You know, I saw in the papers over the weekend where our Honorable Prime Minister is telling the criminals that is the crime fighting strategy. beware of the wrath of God. I think he himself should take that example, sir. You know, it is our press and our media, so why they don't question him about the things he said and what he was saying once he was in opposition now is a different story altogether. Why can't they question him like how they was questioning Basdev Pandey and questioning Khanna? It is their right, it's their constitutional right, but no every man. That makes me, you know, when Mr. Manning is saying, sir, the moment you oppose him, and if you oppose him strongly, he becomes a raging bull. So it's apparently that everybody is afraid, but it is time. Tobago is quite okay, sir. It is Trinidad and Tobago. We need general election. So there is that clarion call. People is suffering all left, right, and center. Call election, sir. Call election. Do the honorable thing and leave honorably. Call election. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers. Okay, let's keep that in mind, eh? Keep that in mind. Look for the reduction in what? In gas. Switching to little crime news now. Commissioner of Police, Earl Christopher, is hopeful that the launch of a new community-based intervention project will go a long way towards discouraging criminal behavior among youth. Referring to information shared during a two-day regional symposium on crime as a public health issue last week, Christopher said the trend of young people falling into crime was a common issue across the Caribbean. It don't have an age bracket, you know. I don't know where they get this bracket of young individuals in crime. It's a mixture, young and old. She also emphasized with the challenges facing communities. And it was unfortunate when young people turn to crime as a means of supporting themselves. But again, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister said they enter crime to maintain what? What? High maintenance woman. I tell you, watch man, let Gonzalez go back to his country. Let him see about his country and let our Prime Minister see about ours. Listen to what I'm telling all you. Ola stated that on a national scale, youth between the ages of 15 and 29 are among the country's crime victims, as well as the main offender in violent crime. Listen to her.
On a national scale, what we are seeing is that youths between the ages of 15 and 29 among the country's crime victims, as well as the main offenders of violent crimes. In 2022, 33% of all violent crimes involving guns were committed to our young people.
Now, referring to her address at the crime symposium, Christopher said new approach were needed to address these trends, which would be supported by the police victim and the witness support unit. She added that it is critical that we find a way to break this hold decisively and permanently. After the launch, Christopher told the media that she would not be accepting questions. Why? Why? You, the commissioner, who you want the media to go and ask? Gonzalez, who is in St. Vincent? Previously in March, the COP stated that the country needs spiritual help in the fight against what? Homicide? Oh, let's listen to this.
We have been able to manage the other serious crimes. But the murders is still a bit beyond us. But we know, and you know, that we cannot really stop the murders. It takes is our entire country. We can do our part. We will work towards making it a little more difficult for the occurrence, in that providing the visibility, trying to remove the firearms. But you all realize when the firearm is not available, the cutlasses, the knives. So it is not as though an evil has spread over the land. And we must recognize, those of you who are spiritually inclined, you must recognize this is beyond the physical.
I swear to God she was a pastor, you know. I swear to God she was a pastor. She also stated that if persons do not seek help from higher being, police and crime strategies will be void and may go in vain. Is Christopher a pastor? You are the commissioner of police, but you talking about we need spiritual intervention? No! Get your officers and them raiding the community every weekend and you will see the difference. That would not be spiritual interventions. That would be police officers keeping the community safe. We're talking about spiritual intervention. You have some kind of spirit on you, you're running the road up and down, you're bawling. You have some kind of spirit on you? Are you running and bawling? Are you walking down the road saying, you know, I tried to rub side, I tried to rub side, I tried to rub side? No, you are the commissioner of police. You are the power, you are the authority. You have the portfolio in your hand to get your officers cleaning up their community. But what are you doing? Lord, we need spiritual intervention. And you have 7,000 police getting a salary every 30 days. What spiritual intervention you need? You see when they're making all a foolish statement and all the media buying it, one man is buying that crap that you're selling inside. You see, I'm going to tell you something earlier. You being the commissioner of police for Trinidad and Tobago, but I side being in security and intelligence. There's a difference. There is a difference between work in the field and work in the office. So when they're talking about you need spiritual help, who you telling that? The citizen? A man may be in the crowd, in the media crowd with a gun in his waist. Are you talking about spiritual help? You need spiritual help when you have a spirit on you. You need spiritual help when you have a generation curse. You need spiritual help when you say, I tried to rub side, I tried to rub side, I tried to rub side. Going down the road, that way you need spiritual help for. Decades now the country praying. Decades. You come on the media to try and say, oh, we need spiritual intervention. No, what we need is the police raid in the community on a weekly basis. That is what we need. And you will see something. Call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, you're live, my friend.
Mr. Ali, the Valencia Road from by the station to take you to the Toko Main Road. That road was already paved. Will you believe Ron Sinanan and I don't know which gang, I sent a video for you to see. They're paving everything back again because the Prime Minister opening the road tomorrow to go Toko because we can't come in that spot in Toko. Not that telling you that I sent a video for murder and negotiation all over Trinidad, big potholes. I just saw government taxpayers money waiting with the CNM government. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. The video that he's talking about, I just got it on my phone, so we're going to upload it, and you're going to see it after this break.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
So Trinidad and Tobago, she also stated that if persons do not seek help from higher beings, police and crime strategies would be void and may go in vain. Imagine the Commissioner of Police telling us that. Listen to this.
And unless we seek the intervention of that greater spirit, whatever we may call him, we know we have different religions. So who will call him God, who will call him Allah, I'm not too sure. Krishna, I might be out of place, but I'm not too sure. But one thing I am sure about, all of us, if not all of us, 99% of us believe in a superior being, and we need to invoke the help of that being if we need to really bring Trinidad and Tobago back to that place where we want it to be. Because the police could come up with whatever strategy. The other agencies could come up, but unless we enlist the help of God, we will be working in vain.
That is your Commissioner of Police. Who all you went? Trinidad and Tobago, that is the Commissioner of Police who all invoke God to put there. How that sound? How that sound? Eh? Did they invoke God's name to put that Commissioner of Police there? Wait. Let me say it like this. Let me stop blaming the people. I side with and invoke Allah to put Ola Christopher as the Commissioner of Police, and that's what she's telling me. She is telling me that no matter what strategies the police or other security organization come up with, it will go in vain. That's where I go and invoke God to put. Is that woman, that commissioner, is what I waste my time to go and invoke God to put? I'll come to Manchester and Tobago, man. How do you call it? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If I had to go and invoke Allah to put Christopher as the commissioner of police, you better ask God, Lord, give me a little more money so I could buy more shoes. So that when bandits run in my house, I could put it on and I could kick them. That sound better? That is what all the commissioner of police telling all you. How are you feeling? All you feeling now like, all you feeling safe? No matter what strategies that TTPS come up with, it will go in vain. How that sound like? That next Fitzy? Is that the next Fitzgerald Hines? And then all of what they say, Saieed, you're bashing. Let me tell you something. I don't care for SPNM. Me I care if you're UNC. Me I care if you're PDP. Me I care if you're what? It's total nonsense. The pundit, the pastor, the imam, the priest, if them had to invoke God to put Christopher there, let me tell all of something. I'll go back and invoke to put Gary this time. Because so far Christopher I do nothing. Nothing. You got to tell me a bandit in my house beating me and raping my wife, and I bawling, oh Lord, stop this, Lord, stop this, and my wife getting raped. My son getting beat up in the next room asking where the money. I been handcuffed and kicking my stomach in a corner, and you want to tell me invoke God for spiritual being? Somebody do something on you, oh Christopher. You best to come and do a reading by me, you know. Because for somehow or the other, you ain't functioning proper. You cannot be a commissioner of police and go up on a platform and tell the people you need spiritual intervention. No matter what the TTPS come up with, it go work, it go in vain. Lady, lady, lady. The first thing you're supposed to do the next morning, after you watch back yourself, is to go and hear what? I retracted all my statement. I'm big enough as the commissioner to say I say something wrong and I apologizing. But shame in all your tail. Like I said, I do business who all is, you know. I do business who you are. All ain't touching me. That I will make sure of. Call good night.
A very, very good evening to you, Mr. Saieed.
To you, my friend.
It is very crystal clear that Ola ain't ready for this job yet. And I don't think she'd be ready in a long while.
She going home just now.
Yeah. The Prime Minister said that for this country to prosper, we need to unite. I want to let the Prime Minister know. For this country to prosper, we have to get rid of the corruption and the criminality. And the third one, this is the funny one, this one still I'm laughing. The mayor of Port of Spain want to launch an investigation into the flooding in Port of Spain today. Mr. Mayor, rainfall and the place flood. Thanks for all the best.
Hey, thank you, my caller. Watch me now. We have some comedians taking Trinidad and Tobago audience for granted, you know. They're taking us for granted. I just always say, don't take me for granted, you know. When I come here and I tell all you, I do X, Y, and Z, all you see it happening, you know. I tell all you that, you know. Don't take me for granted, you know. Because if really I start to invoke and send spirit, you know what's happening? Some of them might end up like they all sing. But this time a little more worse. You have a lot of people call and say, Saieed, why don't they get rid of the PNM government? I say, why you don't put a print in the papers on them saying, we the people voted them in. God didn't put it there, you know. I didn't put it there, you know. It's the votes. It's the votes that the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago went out on that day and they cast their vote, and that is why he is in power. Go out and put him there. You see, common sense, everybody don't have it to understand. Not everybody. So the commissioner now have stated that a plan is coming along, but the country has to wait and see. She said, soon we will see the result of the plan. What kind of plan it is? The police commissioner originally gave commitment about the murder rate when she appeared before Parliament Joint Select Committee on National Security in February. It was there, she said, she expected to see a short-term change in murder toll by June and a long-term change by December this year. All remember this? Listen to this.
What is your timeline, and what sort of timeline do you have in mind for these strategies to start producing results? Because at the rate we're going, if we continue along that trajectory, we could be looking at, maybe 1,000 before the end of the year. And I don't want to say, I'm certainly hoping that that's not the direction we're going. So give us a timeline. What is the short, medium, long-term projection that you have?
We will expect to see a change in the murder rate, short term by June and long term by December.
April almost finished and May coming up. Home invasion increase, drive-by shooting. But we see, oh, no. We seen a change, man. We are definitely seeing a change. Drive-by shooting, home invasion, car being stolen. We are seeing a change. I wonder if the change meant anything like an increase. Did she specify what change? Or is it that decrease mean increase? Because when Colin Mimbo said, the economy is booming, Madam Speaker, a few months, what happened after? What happened after? All forgetting. I side here to remind all you. On a daily basis, I'm here to remind all you. Call her good night.
Said present good night.
To you, my dear.
Said a whole lot of sitting ducks. Waste of space. That commissioner needs to retire right now before her time up.
She going just now.
A complete waste of space. What are you talking about, God? When people get shoot the ball, oh God, and they're still getting bullets. Where's the level of intelligence? We have intelligent policemen.
Correct.
We have a gentleman by the name, I don't know the man personally, but I heard him on a TV program, Corporal Singh. Why did they make that man commissioner of police? You know why? Because that's a partisan business, that's a politics, right? The man educated and qualified. Here Ola talk, Ola fumbling for words. My grandson, who is 1 year old, he don't fumble for words. He talking plain as ever. What a woman doing there? Are we going to see anything happening in the police service with this woman as a commissioner of police? This woman have no brain. They only have brain to wear khaki uniform with a sort of thing hanging from it, but no brain to run this country. They had a man with integrity, and that man used to talk non-stop. And I will give him praise, Gary Griffith. But again, personal issues they bring in to move people who will make a difference in this country. And all their friends and parties who they put in there. They had a big CARICOM conference. You hear the pack of cow down. All these people sit down and they talk inside.
Yep.
Imagine a prime minister talking about who have high maintenance woman. That is where they come to eat and drink our tax money. My children tax money, where they can increase their salary. That is where they come to talk about high maintenance women. Up to now, nobody gave a plan or a strategy to curb crime in this country.
Correct.
Rowley had the Jamaican prime minister, if not earlier this year, sometime last year. As he said, that prime minister visited was to help him, right? I don't know if he challenged some way to help him to curb crime. What happened? You ain't hear nothing about that. Or they bring a big CARICOM conference with a whole set of prime ministers, and up to now, you ain't hear one word as to what is the plan going to put in place to curb crime. We are living under siege, Saieed. We cannot go out and come home as we like. We have to look in our rearview mirrors to see what Tida following us, what Almera following us, what Ring Road following us. How long we going to go on like this? Another sitting duck as a commissioner of police. The rest of them retire and they're gone. But they get rid of the main one that's helping this country go forward and for us to be safe citizens. What the hell is going on? Rowley and them need to go. Everybody know now they will give 25 years if they hold a man for going in your house. When all there was in party, nobody didn't study to give 25 years. Right? People getting raped, babies getting raped, and man getting bail. What's going on? Archie, another sitting down, and they want to kill the DPP. They're pressuring the DPP, right? You hear the DPP talking now, but he have plenty more to talk. I will call her next night, side. I could go on and on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear. Political leader of the National Transformation Alliance, former police commissioner and former minister of national security, Gary Griffith, have written to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley and opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisasa, asking them to put politics aside and let him help in the fight against crime. Listen to this.
I may not be a part of this government or their political party, but I find no joy in our nation being under siege, as no one should. It is with this in mind that I have written to both the Honorable Prime Minister and the Honorable Leader of the Opposition to set our political differences aside and let us work together to stem this dangerous tide. We can do this.
The man is willing to assist. All the UNC and PNM have to do is to come together. He is now calling for a meeting to discuss strategies that worked previously and to identify ways to provide the support required to deal with the current crime crisis in Trinidad and Tobago.
The team that worked with me previously can get this done. We do not need posts or positions. I have the capability not only to guide those in authority to do what is required to peg back the criminal elements, but also to bring together a team who previously worked with me to manage a similar scenario and get it done again. I did it on 2 occasions successfully. It was not by chance that as the Minister of National Security in my last year, it was the lowest number of serious crime in 31 years. It wasn't by chance in my last year as Commissioner of Police. It was the highest reduction in violent crime in 25 years. We must act now, as our nation is drowning in blood. Prime Minister, Leader of the Opposition, I recommend we meet to discuss the implementable strategies that worked previously and to identify ways to provide the support and expertise required to respond to this current crime crisis in our country.
That is the only former commissioner of police that is willing to come forward and assist in crime in Trinidad and Tobago. Paula, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed. This is the imitation vaccine Gregan.
Good night to you, my friend.
A couple of things. I like to use a term for Gary, motomort. I don't believe he's the right person to bring anybody together to talk about the crime.
But I ain't come to talk about that tonight. I come to talk about Saieed Ali and the management of the health system and the wicked decision he has taken not to fully operationalize the Cuba Health Hospital.
I understand.
Over the weekend, the fellow by the name of Umbala Joseph. I remember Umbala Joseph as a racist for the statement he had made, cane suckers. But he was high up in the hierarchy of supporters for the PNM. And they left him in the St. James infirmary in a tent, and he died in the tent. I'm not too sure if he had COVID, but the nexus between that and opening up the Cuba Hospital would have created proper bed space for these people. Remember how they treated the late Kamaluddin Mahmood? It's the same sort of treatment. People can't remember that. Remember how they treated Jeffries, who was the MP for Labre? The same way. They treated him with scorn and temper, and he was one of them. But you know how they treated the real vaccine variant, Sarubai, the fellow with who have a name like the Maxi? They spent all the taxpayers' money to send him abroad. And they kept it quiet. They say he had a medical appeal, so they gave him special attention with the taxpayers' money. The other one they did, I think they did Frankie too. So that is the kind of governance and the kind of decision the PNM hierarchy does for the own.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. So viewers, over the weekend, Eid, our Prime Minister visited a masjid in San Fernando. Listen to this, eh? He said he believes that our nation is stronger because persons have undertaken to follow the authentic guidelines given to us today by the leaders of this worship. Listen to this.
Let us not take for granted what others fight for and even lose their lives for, which is the peaceful coexistence of people with different opinions. Today we were encouraged not to demand that our opinion prevails over all others, but to acknowledge and to respect other people's opinion so that peace and harmony can exist among us. Those entreaties are good to reflect upon because those are the strength and the lifeblood of this diverse nation of Trinidad and Tobago. Let us not take it for granted. Let us use the strength and the rejuvenation that you, those of you who've done the fast, you have done that. And we believe that our nation is stronger because you have done that. Because you have undertaken to follow the guidance, the authentic guidance as given to us today by the leader of this worship.
Now Trinidad and Tobago, nothing wrong with the Prime Minister visiting a mosque, a church, a temple on religious occasions. Nothing is wrong with that. I see no harm in that. But listen this. Rowley appealed for the nation to live together, pray together, and to maintain our belief that we would always succeed if we subscribe to the teachings of good over evil. So that TNT would prosper as long as we all live together in unity. Listen to this.
So on behalf of all of us with executive authority in Trinidad and Tobago, who I represent as the leader of the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago, a nation where everyone respects and where our anthem speaks about every creed and race finding an equal place. As we live together, pray together, grow together, prosper together, in good times and in bad, that we will all maintain our belief that we will always succeed if we subscribe to the teachings of good over evil. So today, let us celebrate. Let us enjoy the breaking of the fast, the ending of the period of fasting, and go forward stronger and deeper in our belief that we are on the right track and that Trinidad and Tobago will prosper as long as we all live together in unity.
So Trinidad and Tobago, hear this, eh? Hear this, eh? Before we close, Rowley appealed for the nation to live together, pray together, and maintain our belief that we would always succeed if we subscribe to the teachings of good over evil, so that TNT would prosper as long as we all live together in unity. Listen to this. That man told us, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, that my government will not shut down Petrotrin. What happened a couple of weeks after? Keep that in mind. Viewers, I am Saieed Ali. You have your Real Talk with Saieed Ali, live on Synergy TV from Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. with our rerun the next day from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Until we meet again, be safe and enjoy your day.